Hey, folks out there, Nick Barbagallo. Hey, I know we're all in this mass quarantine right now due to the coronavirus COVID-19 strand, and this is just a unprecedented time in our country and in the world right now, and uh, we should be using this time to be bettering ourselves and to pursue our true passions in life and reestablish or even improve our relationships with the people in our lives that we hold dearest to us. Um, but we need to continue and improve all the precautions that we need to take to ensure that this pandemic ends sooner rather than later, because that's going to save more lives the sooner we can end this. And the only way we can end this sooner is by following all the guidelines, following all the precautions that the CDC and the World Health Organization tells us we need to follow, keeping 6 feet apart from strangers, as well as people that aren't part of our immediate family or part of our immediate household, and to not leave our houses unless absolutely necessary for food pickup, for pharmacy medications, to get tested for this disease, and also, well, that's about it. All essential services, or if you're going to work as a necessary employee. I've seen too many photos and videos of people, especially beachgoers and people close to the beach, not following instructions. I'm talking to you, Florida, specifically Jacksonville, Duval County, Miami, even internationally. I saw a video of people off the coastline of Brazil, and there's helicopters kicking up sandstorms intentionally with their blades to shoo away beachgoers because people are not taking these quarantine measures seriously. Anyway, this is not the main reason why I'm starting this web series. I've always been passionate about sports my entire life, ever since I can remember. I think the first football game, NFL game I remember was the Falcon Dirty Birds Super Bowl loss in John Elway's final game. What was that, 98? The year they pulled off probably the biggest upset in NFC playoff history, beating the 14-2 Minnesota Vikings at the what was that, the Metrodome there, with Randy Moss and Chris Carter, and that was before Dante Culpepper. But was that Warren Moon? That might have been Warren Moon. Anyway, this is basically, since those early memories, I've just been fallen in love with all the major sports, NFL football, soccer, or international football, where everywhere else in the world it's called, and it should be called that here in the United States, but most of the not non-believers, but I want to say non-soccer enthusiasts will never, people who rest on the hill of being hardcore basketball, baseball fans don't want to, want to join the change, be part of the changing culture, and accepting soccer nationally, whether it's MOS or embracing the skills of the EPL, La Liga, Serie A, the Mexican League, all those leagues that still are more talented than the United States League. And if you're only paying attention to the soccer players in MOS and you're not paying attention to the soccer players playing internationally in Europe and in South America, then you are missing out, because what you're viewing in the United States is not the highest quality of soccer, even though there are very high quality MLS teams such as Atlanta United and LAFC and Portland Timbers and the Seattle Sounders. The teams that have most recently won the titles. But if you want to see prime tier one professional football being played, you got to look at Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, Manchester City, Juventus, PSG, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and those teams, because those teams, and Barcelona, Real Madrid, because those are where the premier soccer players are. And even Liverpool. And you got to watch some Champions League games, and you got to watch some Euro League games and World Cup. Because that's the highest echelon of soccer internationally. Because then if you see that and you don't like it, then it's going to take a lot longer for you to embrace it. But for those just wanting to focus on North America, and maybe one of your excuses is, because those matches are in Europe, they come on at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Well, if you're bored of the NBA or the NFL, if you're a diehard fan in one of those sports, maybe you are totally consumed by one of those two sports and you don't want to expand your horizons, or maybe you do, actually try and put in the effort to get up that early and watch some of those games, because it's well worth it. Anyway, continuing on back to the main purpose of this. I hopefully want to turn this into something a lot bigger, something greater than this, maybe a career, hopefully, either doing a radio show or expanding this podcast to thousands of viewers, tens of thousands of viewers, hundreds of thousands of viewers. And I will bring along some of my friends who have greater expertise, greater knowledge of their sports that they have specialties and have grown up watching and are maybe have more passion for than me. Because I don't want to say that you can only limit your passion for sports to some sports. I mean, you can try and expand your passion from every sport, from hockey, basketball, baseball, to Australian League, rugby, and tennis, and Olympic, like underwater basket weaving, which is basically like what the middle-aged people will jokingly say is a sport intramural, or like lacrosse, if you're a fan of lacrosse, and some of the less popular sports that don't get quite as well the TV coverage, or cricket even. So I just want to get my opinions out. I want to get my knowledge of the sports I'm interested in and the sports that some of my friends are interested in as well, and we can bring my friends along as well to join me on this journey, on this web series, on this video blog, that I hope becomes something greater than, this is just the first step. This is the first video. So let's see where we can go from here. Anyway, just to show part of my continued and expanded sports fandom, I'm wearing a Scuderia Ferrari shirt to showcase my passion for Formula One and the Scuderia Ferrari Formula One team, currently driven by Charles Leclerc of Monaco, and also Sebastian Vettel of Germany, who is a 4-time world champion, but they're going through some tough times right now. mainly due to their main competition, Mercedes, the Mercedes Petronas Formula One team, anchored by Lewis Hamilton, that currently has 5, or is it now 6 world championships. And that team is just absolutely dominating. And they have the research and development skills to make the most of the V6 hybrid engines, or is it the 4-cylinder hybrid engines for that matter, and are basically lapping the field in terms of victories and pole positions and hot laps. So anyway, let's see how big we can make this series. So anyway, without further ado, this is the conclusion of the introductory video to Nick Barbagallo's sports video blog.